Tax season is underway and the IRS is accepting your tax returns now, but as you ramp up, so are scammers. And Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle sat down with the retirement planner who is spreading the word about how to avoid scams. It's gotten pretty bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. And this was a young woman. It's talking about retirement, so she knows the whole process from the beginning to the end. So we headed to Swanee to talk with them. The folks at Reed Financial Group. The IRS, they tell us, has been keeping everyone there informed on what the bad guys are up to this season, but there are some ways to keep your money in your pocket and not in a stranger's. The IRS expects more than 128 million individual tax returns to be processed before the April deadline. Last year, the average refund was just more than $3,000. So you do the math. That's a whole lot of money being dispersed, and scammers will try to intercept it.
You can beat the scammer to the punch.
Abby Reed of Reed Financial Group has some ideas. She hears regularly from the IRS. This family-owned shop in Swanee, in business more than 40 years, stays on top of the scams that affect their clients. Here's her advice.
File early as you can. I know that it's easy to put that off. Trust me, I want to do the same thing.
Because one return per Social Security number is accepted. So if someone has stolen your Social Security number and files on your behalf, they are getting a shot at your refund before you do. And it takes years to sort out a scammer is impersonating you. Next, get proactive. Set up an IP PIN through the IRS website. It's an added layer of protection.
It's basically like a password for your tax return. It used to only be available if you had already been a victim of identity theft.
Right, that's right.
But now they're allowing people to do it proactively.
A third way to safeguard your 2024 tax return and to protect your personal information is to have your correspondence with your tax preparer password protected.
If you are, which most of us are, if we have personal information, Social Security number, income information on our laptop or desktop, we want to make sure that it's password protected, it has the proper security software, antivirus, firewall that updates automatically.
And one more thing, adjust your withholding so you get a smaller refund. The larger the refund, the more tempting it is to steal.
This can cost and does cost taxpayers millions and millions of dollars in refunds every year.
So these are a few ways to keep the bad guys at bay. And remember, the IRS doesn't call you, text you, or threaten you. Those are all the red flags.
Okay, so what would be an example of a password-protected correspondence?
And this is something I learned, too. I wasn't really familiar with this either. You don't send private tax information to anybody, your spouse, your tax preparer, as an email attachment. I've done that. Make sure your tax preparer has a password-protected system when that information is exchanged. I didn't know that, so that was new information to me too.
Yeah, good to know though.
I know. Yeah, she said, you know, they can seemingly, the bad guys just sort of pluck this stuff, these emails out of the air.
Which would be easy to do, you know?
Yeah.
So, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Dana, thanks for the help. We appreciate it.